Hello, I'm Carol Phillips, your yoga teacher and yoga therapist, and Ian and I are here today to demonstrate how you can use the beam to help with neck and jaw tension. So I'll ask you and Ian to go ahead and get comfortable lying back on your beam. Make sure the beam is centered on your spine. It's often good to start with the knees bent and bring your arms a little ways out from your body, maybe even into a T. Just move these for you. Good. And make sure the back of your head is supported. You might want to drop your chin just a little towards your chest to lengthen out the back of the neck. And we'll start by connecting with our breathing. You can take a nice deep breath in through the nose and let it out through an open mouth with a sigh. Good. Take a deep breath in through the nose and release through the mouth. And a final deep breath in. Really relax the jaw, move the jaw with the exhale and release. Begin releasing any tension in the jaw. Come back to comfortable breathing. Slowly allowing your inhale to slightly deepen and your exhale to lengthen. And I invite you to pause your video at this point because I'd like you to spend a few minutes just relaxing back on the beam. If you are to do nothing else but relax on the beam, you'll find that it helps to align your spine. The head at the end of the spine becomes more aligned. And just with this deep breathing, the arms open, releasing muscles across the chest, you'll feel that tension in the neck and the jaw and into the shoulders and chest can start to release just with lying on the beam and breathing comfortably. So feel free to pause, and then we'll resume with a few different postures. Okay, I like to think of the head and neck like a tree. So the top of the head is like the beautiful crown of the tree. The neck is like the trunk of the tree. And then across the collarbones, shoulder blades, shoulders are the roots of the tree. So we're going to begin by nourishing the roots of the tree. If you take your arms now down long by your sides, the palms facing in. And then as we inhale, slowly take the arms up to the sky, palms facing each other. As you exhale, just gently take them back towards the floor behind you, just a little ways. And then inhale back up again to the sky, and exhale, arms long by your side. Good. And again, inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms overhead, only to about the length of your ears or less, beside your ears or less. Good, inhaling back up and exhaling down. So begin to flow with your own breath here a few more times, keeping your back body connected with the beam, your rib cage connected with the beam as the arms come overhead. And then letting the arms float back up and float long by your side. So beginning to nourish the roots of the tree, getting the shoulder blades moving, the arms. Good. And just assessing how your movement is in this, not going past your edge. We'll do one more, Ian. Good. And if you want to stay longer doing this, please feel free to pause the video. Good. Good. So the next time that your arms are long by your side, just leave them there. I'm going to come out again into arms into a bit of a T. And then bend the elbows to 90 degrees so your forearms are facing straight up to the sky. Bring your index finger and thumb together. Good. So this is an exhale position that we're in. And when we inhale, we'll bring our fingertips together at center to touch. Good. And as you exhale, release them back onto the ground. Let's continue to do that with your own breath, inhaling up. Again, nourishing shoulder blades, the upper back, the shoulders. And as you move, you may be able to cross your hands a little bit rather than bringing the fingertips together. You can play with a little bit of that movement, maybe crossing in one direction and then crossing in the opposite direction. Very good movement. So Ian's moving well with his breath. Again, nourishing those roots. Awesome. And you're just kind of noticing what you're feeling in your shoulder blades and spine and neck and jaw. We're all connected. Good. Next time that you come down, you can release your arms down. Just take a couple of breaths here. Just becoming aware of how you're feeling, how the neck is feeling, the upper spine. So we'll come a little bit into the neck now. Please place your arms wherever it feels comfortable for you. For most of us, it's a little closer to our sides. Good. And I'd like you to begin just to turn the head just slightly to one side and then back to center. So connect with your breath again, inhaling to center, exhaling to the side, just to slow it down and to see if you can feel any difference as you turn to one side or the other. Good. So the next time that you turn to your left, Ian, continue to turn just a little further and then lift your head so it's fully supported. Yes, kind of turning to your maximum comfortable. And take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, just try and relax through the opposite side of the neck down into the collarbone and into the shoulder. Take a deep breath in. Good. So whichever way you've turned your head, as you exhale, specifically focus on relaxing the opposite side of the neck into the shoulder and collarbone. And if you've gone too far, it feels a little like too much of a stretch, just feel free to ease back. And on your next inhale breath, Ian, bring the head back to center. You'll have to lift it a little bit. And see if you can notice any difference between the sides of your neck just from doing that little stretch. When you're ready, go to your opposite side, slowly turning to your right and allowing the head to feel very supported on the beam. And Ian lifted his head before he turned. You can also begin to turn, and then when you feel your head is kind of coming off the beam, reposition it. So nice deep breaths here, breathing in. And then as you exhale, releasing through the opposite side of the neck, out to the collarbone and shoulders. Good. Let's do 2 more breaths here. Every exhale, release the jaw, release the tongue. Good. Let that side of the head, the neck, out into the shoulder relax. And then find your way back to center. And take a couple of breaths here and noticing what you're feeling in the neck and jaw. So we're moving up into the trunk now. with that movement that we just did, involving the neck itself. And we're going to go down, we're going to think of our spine like a tap root going down into the ground. And taking the arms into a little bit wider T position. Start by inhaling at center. And then as you exhale, just take the knees gently to one side, not to your full range of movement. And then back to center. When you're ready to exhale again, take the knees in the opposite direction and turn your head away from your bent knees. Good. Inhale back to center. And exhale, head turns away from the bent knees. Inhale back to center. Good. Follow the rhythm of your own breath, trying to, with ease, create a longer inhale, longer exhale. Enjoy the movement. And allow the movements to take up the whole of your inhale and the whole of your exhale. So can you feel any differences when you turn your head to the right as opposed to turning your head to the left? And at another time, or even now, you can think, why is that? Why is one side tighter than the other? What do I do in my day-to-day living that creates that? So you're beginning to see Ian here, allowing his knees to come a little lower, allowing the head almost to loll off to the side of the beam. So as your body allows, feel free to do this. So your head stays in constant contact with the beam, but you're taking it maybe to the edge of the beam and really releasing through the side of the neck. So the next time that you come over to one side, stay and take 3 breaths there. So each breath in, imagine lengthening your spine, and each breath out, maintaining that length. So breathing in and lengthening, and breathing out, creating that space or maintaining that space. One more breath here, Ian. Come back to center, pause at center, just for a moment, and then move to the other side for 3 long, deep breaths. Relax the jaw. Each inhale, imagining creating length with each exhale, maintaining that length all along the spine, all the way up into the neck, the space in the jaw, the teeth slightly parted. Whenever your 3 breaths are done, coming back to center, noticing how you're feeling here. And then I'll ask you just to roll to your left side, Ian, and press up using your hands. And we're going to move your beam perpendicular across your mat. And I'll have you come to lie on it so your shoulder blades are on the beam. And often we don't quite know where our shoulder blades are. It's for women, it's maybe a little bit above the bra strap. And then allow your arms to come out maybe on top of the beam. And feel free to shift up a little bit or shift down. Usually to get your arms on top of the beam, you have to shift up. You want the head to feel supported, and it's fine to bend the knees again. So nice deep breaths here. Just kind of testing, how does this feel for me? How does this position feel? And some people are going to love it. Some people it's not so great for. So you just kind of take what works for you. And if this doesn't quite feel comfortable, again, feel free to lift the arms and shift a little bit down on the beam and maybe bring the arms below the beam. And just relax here, taking nice deep breaths. Allowing the head to release back a little bit. We often hold our head in a forward head carriage, looking at computer screens. So we just want to relax it back. Fill up the chest with every inhale and release through the neck and jaw and shoulders on the exhale. So I invite you to stay here as long as you would like, maybe at least 10 or so breaths. And whenever you're ready to end, you can roll to your side and remove the beam from behind you and come to lie on your back for about 10 more breaths, 10 conscious aware breaths. And this is how we'll end our practice today. And our next video will be addressing shoulders and arms and upper spine. Thanks for watching.